Yo, what's up, everybody? I was just thinking about something like apartments in New York City. You know, when I first moved back to New York City, I had an apartment. I was paying $230. I think I spent like $450 something for an apartment. It was on 151st Street between 7th and Macomb on the top floor. I forgot the building number. But I was only paying about $400 something a month. But it was a kitchenette. You know what a kitchenette is? A kitchenette is when the kitchen is connected to the apartment. But yeah, it had like a little blinder where you could shut it off. But I did like the fact that it had its own bathroom. That sounds funny to you, that it had its own bathroom. But I've seen kitchenettes where you had to share the bathroom with people in the apartment. They had to lock the door. Like when they go in the bathroom, they had to lock the door on their side of the door, and they had to lock the door on their side of the door. That way you couldn't walk in. I've seen those before. You had to lock, when you go in, you lock the door on both sides. And then when somebody else used the bathroom, but you know, like that's New York City, that's how it is. But now, like in Washington Heights, what a lot of people do is they rent out rooms. Because the apartments be so big, they rent out a room. I know, like when we used to live on the hill, you had a bedroom. You had like two bedrooms. You had a dining room. Yeah, and a dining room. And a dining room, like what people do in Washington Heights, is they turn them dining rooms into a bedroom. I was renting a room one time in Washington Heights. That shit was big. That shit had like, they turned the living room into a room. They turned the living room into a room. That's what it was, the living room and the dining room. It was a 2-bedroom with a living room and a dining room. So it was 4 rooms all together. It was 2 rooms in the hallway. As soon as you come in, it was a room. It was a living room. And then you make a right, and there was a bedroom on the left, and there was another bedroom on the left, and then you go around the corner by the bathroom, it was 2 more bedrooms. Them Washington Heights apartments had it was like 4 rooms in there. It was 2 where I was at. 2. That shit had like 5 bedrooms in there. I mean, it had like 5 rooms in there. Damn, that shit was big. That shit was, damn, it was the living room. There was 2 rooms. There was 1 room on the hall. There was 1 room in the hallway. And there was 2 around the corner. That's what it was. That big. But that's what they do. They be renting out the rooms in Washington Heights. And you gotta go to Raymond. They say you gotta, Raymond's room. Raymond's room wasn't really a room. Raymond was just like a bookie. I guess he was like a guy that would rent out the rooms. And what happened is you had to go to this hairdresser. It's this like a Spanish hairdresser where women do hair. But in the back of the dressing room, in the back of the beauty parlor, there's Raymond. And Raymond sits at a desk, and he got a paper full of vacant apartments, not vacant, but vacant rooms. And he got all their numbers, and he'll call you. He'll call the person that has an apartment for rent, a room for rent. He'll call them and tell them that he has somebody coming by checking a room. And you gotta give Raymond a deposit. You gotta give Raymond. I had to give Raymond. I was paying $150 a week. I had to give Raymond $150. And I had to give the people that I was renting the room from $150. Yeah, that's it. I give Raymond $150 and I take $150 to the people. Right, exactly. So that was $300. Yep. Did I? Yeah. That's what the room. Yeah, it was $150 a week. So I had to give him $150 and I had to give Raymond $150. And then you go around and check out the apartment. And one time they took me to check out this apartment, and I could tell the people they really didn't want me there. They were some Mexicans, and I could tell they didn't want me there. So I was like, "Nah, I don't want this one," and I left. Then I had to go find another. I had to go back to Raymond and find another spot. And then he sent me to this place on 160th Street between Broadway and Amsterdam, I think it is. Between Broadway and Amsterdam, and it was cool. And then, like every week, you just gotta put the money in the envelope and slide the money under the door. Every Friday, you gotta pay rent. You just gotta take the money and slide it under the door. And that's how you do it. And Raymond was cool. Raphael. Raphael was cool. Raphael ain't bothered me about nothing. All he wanted was his money under the door. He was cool. And they had a kitchen. I didn't want to use the kitchen. I ain't use the kitchen. I ate out every day. Yeah, you got a kitchen. And then sometimes the funny thing is though, like Raphael and his wife Maria, she went back to Puerto Rico. But when she was there, they used to leave their door open. They used to leave their door open and everything, like I was one of their family members and shit. They used to leave their door open and shit. But like sometimes they would have family get-togethers, and all their family, that house would be crowded. That apartment would be crowded. They'd be all in the living room. There'd be babies and stuff. That was cool. Yeah. Yep, that's how it is in New York City, man. Renting rooms and renting apartments and shit, boy. Them Latinos, boy, they smart. They got all that. They got Washington Heights on lock as far as renting rooms. That's what they do in Washington Heights. Because them apartments in Washington Heights is big as hell. Them shits is big. I remember when we lived on Edgecombe. My grandmother had 2 apartments in one. They had knocked the wall down. They knocked the wall down. They knocked the wall down. She had 2 apartments. Yep. At 555. Yep, them apartments in Washington Heights is on lock. Yep. Alright, y'all. Hey, I'm telling you, man, New York City got people living on top of each other, man. That place is bugged out. They're living on top of each other. Everybody on top of each other in New York City. Take it easy, y'all.